My name is Taye Arimoro, and I'm sure that by now you all have seen the statement that was released by the AGN, the AMP, and the DGN. So, before I go on, I just need you guys to know that this is going to be a 3 parts video. So please just bear with me, because I'm going to address 3 major things. First, I'm going to address the actual incidents that happened on the 12th, between the 12th all the way to, between the 11th of November all the way to the 12th. And secondly, I'm going to address the AGN, the AMP, and the DGN. Finally, I'm going to address my colleagues, the cast, the crew, industry stakeholders, and lovers of our dear industry. Now, for the first part, the actual events that occurred between the 11th and the 12th. Before I go on, I need to clear the air on a particular issue. My name is Taye Arimoro. That's Taye Arimoro, not Taye Arimoro. And I think that is very strange that a disciplinary document would misspell the name of one party. It begs to question the seriousness, begs to question the impartiality, it begs to question the accuracy and the integrity of whatever process they went through. Now, let's address the issue. I want to state clearly, factually, and categorically that your claims in that statement is completely and utterly, extremely inaccurate. All the things you said I did not do them. And if you watched my Instagram live videos and you saw the CCTV footage, you will be able to find that out, even without me speaking. But now you have released your statement. So let's address it one by one. First of all, you mentioned that I was the primary aggressor. I really want to understand how you came to that conclusion. Because everyone who's seen the live videos and sees the footage, you literally can see that at no point did I initiate any confrontation towards anybody. No point. But you went ahead and you released a statement on the matter. The videos speak for themselves. I want to go through the events one after the other. Now, sometime in August, one Peggy Ovire, who I did not know before she contacted me, to be honest, sent me a message saying, "My name is Peggy and I would like to employ you for 2 jobs. The first was going to be shot between the 27th of October to the 31st of October. We filmed that. The second was to be filmed between the 7th of November till the 11th of November. Now, this is where issues start to arise. We filmed the first day, which was the 7th. We filmed the second day, which was the 8th. We filmed the third day, which was the 9th. The 4th day, we filmed into the night, which was, I think we wrapped at about almost to 1 in the morning. I drove myself to my hotel. I drove myself to my friend's house, which was very close to the apartment. And in the morning of the 11th, I woke up in the morning, I took a bath, and then I sent a message to the PM, Luke Obayi. My first message to him was, how far? What is the call time? What is the filming schedule for the day? To which he responded, 9 a.m. is the call time. The schedule I don't have yet because my computer is not functioning properly. And I said, okay. Now, at 9:35, we got on a call, myself and Luke Ovire, and I asked him, is Peggy on set yet or not? So I said to him, when Peggy gets there, call me. I'm 5 minutes away from the location. Actually, 4 minutes, but let's approximate it. Now, at 10:20, Luke calls me again. Luke Ovire calls me again, and he says, Peggy's around, you can start coming. At the same time, while I was on that call, Peggy calls me, and I'm guessing it's to tell me that she was around. Immediately, I start to pack up my things, and I'm heading to set. At 10:35, Luke calls me again, and I say to him, I'm just at the estate gate. I'm driving to the house. Now, the estate is Lakeview Park 2 estate, and the street is Road 7B. Between the estate gate and Road 7B is about 3 minutes maximum. By 10:38, 10:39, I was already on set. First thing I did was to get into costume, come straight down, and I wanted to sit down for a promotional content for this film. Something that I created and shared with them. They loved the idea, of course, but I did not find the time to record with them. So I was fresh, it was a new day. Let me use that enthusiasm and energy to do this content so that while they're setting up outside, once they're done setting up, I leave there and go straight there. While I sit down, before I'm able to utter my first words, Peggy yells my name and says to come out to film. I get up from there, go outside to go film. We must have waited another 20-25 minutes while they were setting up. We filmed, we got about our day professionally. Everybody, was doing what they wanted to do. I was focused on making sure that, I filmed. And throughout the day, I must have asked about 5 to 6 times. I asked the continuity officer, filmer, and I asked the PM, Luke Ovire, for the schedule for the day, the filming schedule for the day. For some reason, they refused to give it to me. Now, at 7 p.m., I was inside. We had filmed a number of scenes, and I was inside the changing room, my waiting room, when I'm hearing loud music coming all the way from downstairs. I'm wondering, what is this loud music and where is it coming from? I'm hearing people singing and shouting and talking and gisting, whatever it is. And so I opened my door, peeped out. Now, my waiting room was on the first floor. There was a second floor, which was set, and then the ground floor, which was the living room area. That was where the DJ was set up. By the time I opened the room, I just looked downstairs and I saw a DJ. I saw some party packs or whatever, by the side of the DJ. And so I called the informer first. And I said, informer, what is the delay for? Everyone is singing, dancing, chilling, taking their sweet time to set up scenes. It's getting late. I need to be somewhere at 10 a.m. tomorrow. My agreement with the producer ends tonight, 11:59. But I'm leaving at 10:30, 11, because left to me, I would have completed my 12 hours of shooting for the day. She said, okay, she'll let her team know and they will move faster. I then called the PM, Luke Ovire, and I said to him, bro, can you tell your people to move faster? Because one, I don't know how many scenes we have left because you will have refused to give me the schedule for the day. And two, I'm leaving at 11 latest. I need to be out of here because I need to go back to my house on the mainland, unpack my box that I had packed for 5 days for this project, put in fresh clothes for the next 4 days. He said to me he would do all he can to be fast. I said, tell your team members all the delays and whatnot, it would be nice to reduce it and not have any delays. He said, Yes, no problem. At 10, I realized that we could not, They said they had 3 more scenes to shoot on the topmost floor, which was like my character's bedroom. And I said to him, I called him again and I said, you know what? I'm moving my call time to 12 and not a minute more. Not 1 minute past 12. Because I'm sleepy, I'm tired. I need to go home, unpack, pack a fresh box, and come back to the island. When am I going to sleep? How am I going to be useful for the work that I had to do at 10 a.m. the next day? And he assured me that they will do everything in their power to be fast. I said, okay. We went upstairs, started filming. This was about 10 something. We filmed all 3 scenes or 4 scenes upstairs, in the room upstairs. And everybody came back downstairs. I must have been the last person to leave that room. Before I know it, I'm about to come to the first floor where my waiting room is, and I'm hearing from downstairs, you guys should go and prepare for the last 3 scenes, oh. And I'm looking, at this time it's 11:56. I'm thinking, nobody has come to say anything to me. So maybe I'm not in those 3 scenes. Anyway, I come downstairs. I made a Snapchat video, which is like something I do randomly. I made a Snapchat video and I posted it on my Snapchat, almost like, like set life and what's not, that type of thing. Then I sent that same video to my management and I let them know that, I was rounding up for the day and, I would be home soon because they always want progress reports. At 12 o'clock, I entered into the room, the waiting room. I packed up my stuff and I come downstairs to the ground floor. I walk through the front door and I'm going to my car. By the time I get to my car, I open the back door, drop my stuff, my bags, drop it there, my lunchbox and, my computer, the bag that has my computer and my tabs and my headphones, and just gadgets generally. Put it in my back seat. And as I'm about to shut the door, the front door, Luke runs out and he's trying to get my attention. So I left the door ajar to have a conversation with him. I knew why he was coming. He was coming to plead. So when he got there, I said to him, look, I'm so sorry, but I told you what time I had to go. Like now it's even out of my hands because the last 2 scenes we filmed, I did them very sleepily. I'm tired. I'm going all the way to the mainland. I cannot sleep and drive. If anything, from Ochi to my house it's almost 2 hours. So I said, unfortunately, it cannot work. We have to look for another day or look for another time. But as it stands now, I'm going home and there's nothing that will stop me. Before I know it, I'm about to shut my door after I say that to him. Then he pulls the door. I first think it was a joke. To be honest, all of this started off almost like it started off with a good understanding. You came to plead for more time. I said, no, okay, I'm ready to go. And he holds my door and says, I need to go inside to go and speak to his producer. And I said, I'm sorry. Look, I'm not going to speak to your producer because you had 3 more scenes and nobody walked up to me to say, oh, Taye, we have 3 more scenes. We know that you have to leave at 12, but can you give us so and so time? What happened instead was that you guys completely disregarded me and did not have any courtesy to respect the fact that I needed to do something else in the morning and I'm a human being that needs to rest. So I'm not going to see your producer because your producer does not think I'm important enough to let me know that I'll be shooting past our agreed date. Next thing, once I say that I'm inside my car, I'm not even listening to anything anymore. I'm just like, okay, I want to drive. So I'm like, okay, maybe if I drive forward a bit, he's going to let go of my door because he has refused to let go of my door. And I move forward a bit, and the next thing this guy will do is he jumps. Remember, my door is left ajar. He jumps in between that space, puts his leg in my car, hangs onto the shoulder of the door, and holds it from inside, almost like a downfall bus conductor holding on to the downfall. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Maybe if I speed some more, that's the first thought that came to me. Maybe if I speed some more, he would jump off. But I'm thinking, if I speed some more and he jumps off and he falls, or in the process of whatever it is that's happening, I run over this guy or he just injures, what now happens? His safety is at risk here. But most importantly for me, it's what will people say? What explanation am I going to give anyone that, oh, somebody jumped in your car and you decide to run him over? I built my career. I built it for 12 years. One PM who I had never met before now is about to ruin it. And so I parked the car and I pushed him off my car so he can step back and I can look into his face and tell him, what you're doing does not make any sense, which is what I did. Now, when I did that, I said, leave my door, please. I entered the car back, I'm about to jam it again. This guy pulls the door from the outside by the handle. I pull it again, he pulls it again, and I'm like, guys, stop this nonsense. Leave my car alone. Leave my car alone. At this time, it's getting very infuriating because it's almost like, what are you doing? Now, we do it the third time or fourth time, and he pulls it, jacks it from the outside. Next thing, the entire padding by the door, that board, pulls out completely. I just looked at him. In all honesty, I was very upset. But one thing in my mind was, I'm going home. We would attend to this damage in the morning. We would attend to it in the morning. Whoever I have to report to, so that they can fix my door. It's a small price to pay. I'm about to jam the door when I see Peggy's car driven by her driver, Joshua Madu. He blocks the only entrance and exit into that street, Road 7B, Lakeview Park 2 Estate. I'm just like, okay, what exactly is going on? Why are you blocking me? He says, my madam say you know fit go. Your madam said I can't go. On what basis? Like, why? Please drive this car out of the way. That's when he clocked that Peggy sent her PM to hold on to my car so that the driver will have enough time to maneuver the car to block the street so that I would not go. She wanted to prove a point. Then, of course, I first start by telling the driver, please just move the car. What you're doing is wrong. What your madam told you to do is not right. It's wrong. Please move your car. You know, he's not moving it. So I decided, okay, you know what? I started to raise my voice. Move your car. Why would you block me? It makes no sense. This one is holding on to my door. He's destroyed it. This one is blocking me. It makes absolutely no sense. Now, I decided to now go live. That, wait, what is going on? Okay, actually, now 2 people come out. 2 of the DPs, one GB and one Sir Richie. That's what we call them anyway. Or that's what we call them on set anyway. And as they're coming towards me, first thing that comes to my mind is fear. What are these people about to do? What are these two now being sent to do? What exactly are they being sent to do? Immediately I go live. The demeanor becomes a case of, Taye, no be so now. There's no point of going live, no be so. I said, no, tell this guy to move his car out of the way. You can't be trying to tell me to calm down when there's somebody blocking me and the other person has destroyed my door. You cannot be telling me to calm down, come and shoot 2 scenes. You're begging me to come and shoot 2 scenes. Now, if you watch the beginning of my live video, I say, I have to go home. I'm not coming to do it. I have to go home. Did I tell you that I was going to leave at 12? And he says, this PM that supposedly I knocked unconscious said to me, I told you I would be fast. What's my business with that? You told me you were going to be fast hours ago. At 12 a.m. or past 12 at this time, you were not fast enough. And I need to go home. I need to sleep. I'm not a machine. And worse still, in this particular matter, you're holding me against my will. after I've said it calmly, I've yelled, and now I'm on live. So for those of you who want to know what happened before the live, this is what happened. I'm not a madman. I'm not a crazy person. Everyone who's worked with me knows my temperament. Everyone knows my professionalism. I'm not going to go around hitting people, especially people that are trying to beg me to stay. I've been in this industry for 12 years. I know what they do. I know how it goes. And I've worked with so many producers past midnight. Sometimes I don't sleep for 20-something hours. And I keep going. But this time, I've said I don't want to do it. I want to go home to sleep. Anyway, I walk towards the driver. I tell him to move the car. He comes out of the car. He's refusing to move the car. So I walk towards him and I grabbed the key out of his hand. There was some squabble that happened in between there, right? Between him, GB, myself, and Sarichi, whatever. You know, we're just surrounded in that circle. Then I came out. He ran out to go and look for a stone or something. I'm guessing he wanted to strike me or whatever. You know, I walk towards the black Toyota Highlander, Peggy's car, and I'm driving it. As I'm driving it, Peggy comes out and immediately she runs. She runs, literally runs towards me and puts her head through the window. You know how LASMA officials or Agberos try to collect the key from a downfall driver? So she's struggling the steering, trying to grab the key. She's screaming, "Taye, what are you doing in my car? You want to trend, Abi? You like drama, Abi? Don't worry, I'll show you. Right? I'm like, oh God, this is the so-called producer that Joshua Madu had confirmed that he blocked the road on her behest. In my head, I did not want to believe it. And if you listen to my live video, I did not mention Peggy's name until she got involved, until she got physical. But all I'm saying is this car needs to leave my front. You have no right, absolutely no right to block me in. It makes no sense. Am I a child? Am I a criminal? Am I an animal? It makes absolutely no sense. Anyway, I drove the car out. She says, "Taye, get out of my car." I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm done moving the car out of the way. You can take your key. Go to my live video, you will see it there. And these things, by the way, I have them in bits, chunks and bits. We'll post it when the time is right. Anyway, I go back into my car. I enter the car and I'm out of here. Immediately I enter my car, Peggy enters her Highlander and reverses to block me in again. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be here. These people are not going to mold me here. It will not make any sense that you're trying to force me to go and film. So I'm like, let me run to the security post and let them know what's really going on, because there's no way on earth you will do this and expect me to come back to film. So I unfortunately for me, I passed through the right-hand side, which is towards the back of the estate. And because I parked a car towards the left-hand side, now the left-hand side is a shorter distance to the gate, while the right-hand side is through the back of the estate to the estate gate. By the time I got to the estate gate, I saw all of them parked. About 10 to 15 of them, some put behind, some people was parked in front of the gate, blocking the gate. Now, this is where point of aggression 2 begins. Now, I'm like, oh God, if you guys listen to my live video, you will hear me say these people are crazy people. Like, how can you hold me against my will? This. In all of this, I'm trying to keep my composure, right? We now get to the gate and obviously people are banging my door, banging my window. And I'm like, for what? And wait, what exactly is going on? What exactly is going on? What is going on? Why? Jabbing on my door, trying to open it and whatnot, especially Joshua Madu, Peggy's driver. Now, I stayed in the car for a few minutes and I was just observing. I was speaking on the phone with another producer, the person who recommended me for this project, and she was trying to beg me to go back to shoot the 2 scenes, and I said no. All they kept saying was, come back to shoot the 2 scenes. Come back to shoot the 2 scenes. Come back to shoot the 2 scenes. I said I'm not. Even if it's just 1 frame. They said, come and do framing. I'm not doing it. Because the time for conversation is done. If you wanted to talk to me, you could have just spoken to me. Don't hold me against my will. I'm sorry. I'm not going to stand. I'm not going to stand for that. It's not Taye Arimoro that are going to use to do that. Anyway, we all that happened, I'm sure most of us have seen what happened in the CCTV footage. But there's something significant I need to mention. In the process of all of this, the estate CSO comes to my window with an Emopo officer, a mobile police. And they knock on my door gently. I said, hello, good evening, or good morning, or whatever. I was very calm and respectful towards them. And they said I was blocking the gate. And I said, bro, I'm not blocking the gate. Look at the people blocking the gate in front of me. They said, what happened? And I said, they want me to go shoot 2 scenes. I'm done with my contractual obligations. Please, I'm also going to make reference to that live video. For those who have not seen it, take your time and watch it. I know it's long, but take your time and watch it to understand the series of events. I explained to them that, I was not going to go back. I just wanted to go home. Then they go to tell Peggy to move her car and what's not. I don't know what she says to them. But by the time the estate CSO and the Mopo guy were coming back, they came with some venom. They're hitting on my glass, dragging at the door, telling me to go back to the house and what's not. Yes, go back to the and well, which was very consistent throughout that entire life. I did not show anybody's face or call anybody's name until they were threats to me. All through, the video was really on my face. Now, then I turned the camera towards them to show the people who are harassing me and are threatening me right now. Immediately they realized that I was on live and their faces were plastered all over my live. They decided they were going to calm down. The Mopo guy went to wear a mask. It was too late anyway, because his face is right there. And then the CSO sort of walked away and just stood by the side. Now, while that was happening, I'm hearing air being released from around my car. Then it dawned on me that actually these people were deflating my tire. So I came out and I came to warn them to stop this nonsense. They didn't listen. The driver obviously came to me. At first, I tried to move forward and backwards just to prevent them from doing it, but I realized that it was a futile effort. So let them, whatever they want to do, let them do it. But I'm not going back to that house to film anything. I'm going home. I'm going home. Why is it a problem that I want to go home to sleep? Anyway, I think the estate CSO, he stood there while they were doing this to me, and I kept telling him, bro, please let me just go outside. You see what they are doing to me? They're letting them do this. And I came to the gates because I wanted some level of protection. Finally, they deflated all my tires. I came outside. Obviously, we all saw how Peggy was violently pushing me. They call it a feminine push. I wonder how it would have looked if I was the one dishing out feminine pushes on Peggy. We all know how that would have turned out. We all know, but I kept my composure. I kept my composure because I was raised to respect women. Anyway, I decided, okay, you know what? The CSO says he wants to speak to me. I should turn off my live. I said I'm not turning off my live because I don't trust anyone here. No one, not the security agents, not the people that I just finished working with, nobody, because everybody was moving mad, literally. Anyway, I begged him eventually after that call. I dropped my phone inside the car. I had my headphones on intentionally because I wanted to pick everything that was being said to me in that same live video. And we all know there's no way to falsify live videos. There's no way to edit live videos. So like all this chit chat about this thing just doesn't make any sense. Eventually after he said everything he wanted to say, I begged him, please can I park my car? Fortunately on my live video somebody had told me to order a ride, and I ordered a Bolt ride. The guy came, he cancelled because of the time frame it took, but he still waited. Now eventually I dropped my bags inside the car because I didn't want the strong way they would drag my bag from me and see if I didn't film I could not go home with my gadgets. So I dropped in the car, locked it, and then I walked through the pedestrian gate, and immediately as I was about to approach my Uber guy or the Bolt guy, I get a very heavy blow right here at the back of my right ear, behind my head, right here. It was very inflamed, actually, eventually. First thing I'm thinking is maybe there's blood, so I searched for it. If you check my live, you'll see my reaction. My phone fell to the front of the Uber, and my headphones had shifted. I don't even remember how it eventually fell to the floor. But I turned around and I see that who it was. Guys, guess who? Joshua Matthew again. The same person who blocked me from leaving on Peggy's behest, deflated my tires, was squaring up to me all the time. If you watch that live videos, you guys will see it. Was squaring up to me all the time. But because I had my face looking at him, he could not do anything. Such a coward. But when I went outside and I had my headphones on and I was backing him, he came to attack me. That was when things got really, really crazy. Really crazy. I charge towards him. I get some punches from different angles. I get bites on my chest, bites on my thigh, you know. And when the director fell, I don't even know how he fell. Because to be honest, it wasn't close to me. Immediately, I pulled back and I said, "Director, sorry this happened to you. Just sorry." Because that's the person I am. That's who I am. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. Things shouldn't have gotten this crazy. Anyway, I look towards my bolt guy and I see Peggy with my phone trying to end my live video. She eventually successfully ended the live video. Then she's trying to delete the video because, you know, on Instagram Live, you cannot save a live video. You can either discard or share it. So by the time I got to her, I snatched my phone back quickly, like that. Immediately, she starts to slap me and punch me, and I didn't care. All I cared about was I was hoping that she didn't delete that video. Luckily for me, she had ended it, but she didn't delete it. Immediately, I tapped on share. Because that's evidence you're trying to delete. Why are you trying to delete evidence? Why? Why are you doing that? After all, the person that was supposed to be unconscious, you had given him your phone to record the situation at the gate and outside the gate. You gave him your phone. It was supposed to be unconscious, so he was unconsciously recording. Anyway, my friend had sent her manager to come pick me up in her car. And just as I immediately entered, you know, I tried to get my bags back. They didn't allow me. I entered the Uber and we were about to drive out when I saw my friend's car. I recognized it and I went towards the car and I realized that it was a manager that had been sent to pick me up. I got in the car and immediately I left that space. I told the boat guy I was sorry, you know, he had wasted a lot of time, so I paid him the exact amount that I was supposed to pay him for the trip, and I left. Now, let's talk about, so there are 3 points of aggression, right? And if there's any lies in everything that I've said, I would like for Lakeview Park 2 Estate, Orchard Road, to provide CCTV footages of everything that transpired at that gate, both on the inside of the estate and on the outside of the estate by the gate. Questions. I need you guys to ask the right questions, right? Peggy Ovire claims that I came to set at 12 p.m. Please let her provide evidence that I arrived at 12 p.m. 2, at what specific time does a day end? 3, was there any point where Peggy or her people informed me that we would be filming past midnight? With evidence. 4, why did Peggy Ovire ask her driver, Joshua Madu, to block me when she was still inside the house and had no idea what was happening on the outside of the house? Seems pre-planned. 5, when Peggy Ovire came outside, did she deliberately dial the situation down and find out what had transpired before I grabbed the car key? 6, what was Peggy Ovire's motivation for following me to the gate? If I truly attacked Lukobai, the PM, and he was knocked unconscious, how was the situation not in chaos as at the time I went live? And how was he still able to speak to me, responding with, "I told you I would be fast," when I said, "I told you I was going to leave at 12 a.m. And did you guys hear the entitlement in his voice? How was he able to follow us to the gate to make recordings at Peggy's behest if he was not unconscious? 7, why didn't Peggy call the police after she claimed I beat up 2 crew members? didn't she tell the security agents that beat up 2 crew members, and so that's why they were holding me down? 8. Why didn't Peggy tell me she was holding me against my will because, according to her claim, I had attacked 2 people? Instead, the conversation at the gate and at the first point of aggression was come and shoot the 2 Sims. Her people did. The security CSO did. Why was that the conversation? If I attacked 2 other people and they were unconscious. 9. Why did she change her story after the CCTV footage was released? 10. Why did Luke Obayi's account on his Instagram page contradict that of Peggy's? These are simple questions to ask. I really want to know the answers. I think we all deserve to know the answers. Look, guys, we all know what's at play here. Any right-thinking human being can see through it. Lies, lies, lies. My advice? Provide the evidence. Okay? Let's see the evidence. Well, please, my people, ask the right questions and we'll get the right answers. That's it for my first section of my 3-part video. Thank you and see you in the next one.